Have you ever faced a wall so high, so thick, you thought there was no way through? A dead-end job, a mountain of debt, a broken relationship. These are the Jerichos of our modern lives. They seem impossible to conquer. But what if I told you that the secret to bringing down these walls isn't about brute force, but about a completely different kind of strategy? Let's rewind thousands of years to an ancient city named Jericho. Its walls were legendary, towering, and impenetrable. Inside, the people felt secure. Outside, an entire nation, the Israelites, led by a man named Joshua, stood looking at this impossible fortress. They had just crossed the Jordan River, and this was their first major obstacle in the land God had promised them. How could they possibly take this city? Now here's where the story takes a turn you wouldn't expect from a military campaign. The instructions God gave Joshua were ... strange. No battering rams, no siege towers, no secret tunnels. Instead, he said, for 6 days you will march around the city once a day. The armed men will lead, followed by 7 priests blowing trumpets made of ram's horns. And behind them, the Ark of the Covenant, followed by the rest of the people. And here's the kicker. Everyone had to be completely silent. Can you imagine that? The tension must have been incredible. The soldiers inside Jericho, watching this bizarre, silent parade day after day. They were probably confused, maybe even mocking them. For 6 long days, the Israelites marched in silent obedience. It must have taken immense faith and discipline. They weren't fighting with swords. They were fighting with their footsteps, with their silence, with their trust. Then came the 7th day. The instructions changed. This time they were to march around the city not once, but 7 times. On the 7th lap, when the priests blew a long final blast on their trumpets, Joshua gave the command for the entire nation to shout. And at the sound of that earth-shattering roar, the mighty walls of Jericho didn't just crumble, they collapsed. The Bible says they fell down flat. So, what does this ancient battle have to do with the walls in your life? The lesson of Jericho isn't just about a historical event. It's a blueprint for breakthrough. It teaches us that sometimes our greatest victories aren't won by fighting harder, but by listening closer. It's about consistent, faithful steps, even when they seem pointless. It's about being patient in the silent seasons. And it's about knowing the right moment to unleash your voice, your praise, your declaration of victory. What wall are you facing today? Maybe it's time to stop trying to knock it down with your own strength. Maybe it's time to start marching. Take that first small, obedient step, then another. Trust the process and get ready for the day when your shout of faith brings the whole thing down. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content that brings ancient wisdom into our modern lives. See you next time.